Sometimes I watch my videos back a little bit and notice I should have fixed my hair a bit. So I'm going to fix it a bit. I was just about to come in and fix it and not film it, but then I thought I'm not really being properly transparent. So there we go. I'm going to cut this. Try and make it blend better. Also, I thought this shirt kind of suited me, but it's too blue. In the mirror, it looks darker. On the camera, it looks bright, Smurf blue almost. So I just went and ordered 5 dark grey versions of this same long sleeve t-shirt. So I like the hiding of the freckly arms and maybe a bit of concealing around the fat gut. But it doesn't really hide it when I walk over here, does it? That's where you get to see my girth. This whole fucking embarrassing walk of shame I gotta do every time I walk out this door. Fuck, it's 3 o'clock, I've got to be shutting up a bit. Alright, here we go. I was just playing with the Oculus Quest 2 before. I spent money on a game. First time I've spent money on a game. It's 50 bucks. It was called Beat Saber. And I was sweating after playing that. It's a pretty good workout. Yeah, I don't think I'll bother wetting my hair. Now, I told you before, if you've got long hair, it conceals the gap. It conceals the perimeter. But if I keep it at least so that that's really quite long there. That's my natural hair. That's my hairpiece here. Feels identical. Good, pretty good colour match, colour number 4. I think the reason I had to go and change it one time when I had that green hair was because that was a really shitty hairpiece. Alright, I will wet it. I'm going to use the standard layer cutting method that I've not invented. I think I just copied it off a hairdresser I saw cutting my hair once. Anyway, it works. Brush all your hair forward. I'll wet the rest of it as well, otherwise I'll look weird. Also, I cut off that tiny little tail I had. So this time I'm starting further back because I'm cutting my own actual hair. I just want to cut off too much. See, if I start trimming it too badly, my objective was only to get the bulk out. Alright, I'm just going to scan for uniformity errors. I'll start back here. Look at it. It's abrupt, isn't it? Can't tell. Can't tell. I don't know what to do. I'm always proud of myself when I don't go crazy with the scissors. Just leave it like that, I guess. Negligible. So, I'll change my shirt, but I'm going to shave my beard now, so I'll have crumbs all over it. I did just have a shower a few hours ago, and I woke up at about 8 p.m. It's that whole block and then short, and that's what wrecks it. It's not perfect. But let's face it, neither am I. Yeah, I'll just show this. I'm charging my fat shame walk. And I'll keep it dirty. Good? No, not good. It has to be shaped. So I'm aligning the edge of my mustache with the edge of my beard. I'm doing a kind of a smiley face with a beard and leaving the flavor saver. And the good thing about this is when the beard does grow back everywhere else, it creates that nice wise man pout. I call this the Johnny Depp. Maybe it's the same as what he has in Pirates of the Caribbean or something. I feel like it's something good to have. Mustache, flavor saver, little beard. Feels like this left hand side is sticking out more. Let me just go change my shirt. and wait a while for my hair to dry so you can see what I actually look like with dry hair. I have been using the Oculus and with this stuff in my hair from the last video, and it didn't murk up the eyepiece or anything. So maybe I've just been careful not to put my hair against the eyepiece. Okay, so I'll come back with a different shirt with dry hair when the clock strikes, whatever the fuck it's gonna strike. Okay, so I've changed the shirt. This is way too tight on my fat ass, but I like the style. It's got a hoodie. I'm not gonna be walking around like this though. Just for decoration and for people to put rubbish in there. What I don't notice. Nerd. Okay. I'll wait for this to dry and I'll be back. I tried to blend it a bit. At least I feel better. I don't feel better, I mean I feel fat because this shirt is stretchy and it just clings to my fat. But I feel more relieved that that bulk, those two pockets up there, have gone now. And that little thing that I had under there. Put a handle, who makes a handle? Fucking wet. Shower. Listen, I'm going to turn this light off just to see that my bald patch isn't as bad as that just looked. That still looks pretty bad. Look at the rest of it. Neck fat. I just realised I've got this hoodie on, it's going to catch every hair. Yeah, I don't want to cut any more off because I'm starting to expose the plastic perimeter. I don't want that to happen. It's better just to wait for a couple of weeks for this gently mown coiffure to grow back a little bit. I still want it short, not boofy, so I'm still glad I cut it. It's just needs to be slightly longer. Because I mean, I was just guessing when I put my fingers in there and just started shaving away at it. I mean, it's not like how a hairdresser would do it. A hairdresser, by the way, who has the back of somebody's head right there, it's just much fucking easier than trying to cut your own hair. Alright. That'll do. I'm better than I started with, right? Right, I think. I thought I was happy. Not actually happy, just satisfied with the haircut that I'd given myself. Then I went and, by the way, I figured out if you adjust this thing, stupid button, look, I want to push it up, but it won't let me. It's wet and slippery as well. But you got to grab that bit and do that at the same time. It's really awkward. It's easier that way, but not the other way. It's just badly designed. But that gives you an extra 2 millimeters on top of whatever the reading is on the guard. So they give me from 6 to 8, because I know that 6 makes this a bit too transparent, and I needed to have some thickness to it so that it would be coloured in. Otherwise it looks too pale, like my skin at the moment. I don't know if I can see, but this doesn't work. This does not work. No, I have to do something about it. I just start by getting rid of this stupid little fucking Johnny Depp. I'm not Johnny Depp. Alright. More like Hitler, maybe. I think I'll go with the Hitler. It's not going deep enough. I got Hitler-y type hair, part of it or something. Would you cast me as Hitler? Sieg Heil! What does he say? Oh, hail me! What does he fucking say in response? It's funny. It's funny. It's fucking funny. Wasn't funny what happened, but the whole protocol is funny. Let's just say I'm Charlie Chaplin. After all, Hitler copied Charlie Chaplin, and he was a comedian. But he made a movie called The Dictator, didn't he? Was that after Hitler had copied his mustache and they made fun of the guy who copied his mustache? Should I just grow this out? Okay, let's leave it like that then. Fat walk of shame. Come back in here, fat guy, asshole. I'm not walking around as Hitler. Can you imagine just spending a day like this out in the mall, for example? See, my sideburns have become my identity now. So I don't want to get rid of those. But the dark to lighter, it's not working, and also it's just abrupt. No, I know how to fade that. Not fade it, just blend it. But the problem is I will lose. Oh, I'm starting to get some dirt build up over here. So that's the problem. You get less concealment, but that's no good. All right, so let's just wet it and blend it. It really does come down to the greys in the end, but also the fact that I've got curly, boofy hair. I do prefer to have it long, but in terms of appearance, but only when it's exactly right. And it's hard to get at that. Too hard. Too much maintenance. But short could be worse. So I don't want to get too short. It has to be an exact length that suits me, my face, and also accommodates the hairpiece concealment. All right. So I'm doing them now. Just trying to start a bit shorter down the bottom and get a bit more rainbow bridgey at the top. Could make it shorter. Seems like it stopped recording, I don't know why. Might have to make all that shorter. So you can already see the line. I'm thinking I might have to cut it a lot shorter to make this work at all. Star Trek. Captain's log, stardate 2143. So haggard, right. At least I'm going to stay with it. Star Trek. My face is way too haggard for that shit. Hairline, fake, flight suit fake. How short those hairs are. Doesn't match anymore, does it? Gotta cut it. Gotta cut it. It's getting pretty short. I'll be going with a brush forward look, which is what I usually have anyway. Anyone who has a hairpiece should probably go for a brush forward look by default, really. It's getting a lot shorter than I just had it. Just right, everything I just preached. But it's going to be easier with the headset. And it will work better with the sides. Even the best glue in the world is too weak to hold down even the most simple, basic hairline. I'll have to re-glue it. I've tried adding alcohol, so used glue, in the past, and it barely helps. But I'm not going to be doing that today because I can't be fucked. Alright. So clearly it's able to hold down at this length, which is oh, 1.5 inches there. This hair must be pretty good, this hairpiece and the hairs in it must be pretty good to be able to weigh themselves down at that length. Would not want to go any shorter back there. The front is now about 3 inches. This is before I've taken about 1 inch off the front. Let's just hope that conceals. Goodbye, Star Trek. Well, this link looks like it'll be easier to manage, I think. Definitely easier with the Oculus as well. But I feel like I've lost my personality to a large extent. You know what? I really haven't got any backups. Maybe I'm trying to push myself to the edge with this hairpiece. Trying to make it ruined, so I'm forced to go and make another one. But I need more than one. I've told you before, you need at least 5, really. So don't panic. Imagine if I don't ship any for a while due to COVID. I just trust that I can always get some. But then again, this was the last one in stock that they had in my color at Hair Bro. I mean, I got an email ad from New Times Hair or something, and they foolishly showed an extreme close-up of the front hairline, and it had a line, a dark line, right across the front. And they published that and sent it out to a mass email. That's pretty stupid. It doesn't make me think that their hairpiece is going to be shit, because I know more than that. I know that it depends on the way you put it on. So their people put it on, they failed, and they still published it anyway. Because the black line is not sold with the hairpiece. You can cut it wherever you want. If there was a black line there, because they'd use some fucking marker to line up where they need to cut, and they didn't wash it off or cut outside the line for some reason, whatever. Or is this dirt build up and they just took a photo anyway and stuck that in the email? Either way, dumbasses. But I'm not recruiting these companies to be good at their jobs in terms of marketing, even though if they're incompetent at that, they could be very incompetent at making hairpieces. If I had the funds, I would buy a sample from at least 3 companies and compare them side by side. But all I'm really going to do is go from this LordHair piece, which I like, to the Hair Bro piece in this box. Maybe in my next video. See, that's color number 4. That will work. Color number 3 was way too dark. I sent that back, and then they eventually sent me a refund instead of returning it with the correct color. Maybe because they were fully out of stock. But just to be clear on that, I did order it deliberately, but also to be even clearer, the swatches they provided as color options, you've actually got to leave the page where you're buying the hair and go and look at the swatches. They don't show them during the purchasing process. So another incompetent company is just starting to get into trying to sell direct to public, I suppose, but failing. This is why companies like Hair Direct, who speak perfect English because they're Americans, will just take the stuff from China, speak American at you, so you're like, ooh, cool, I can trust you. Have a good website, easy to choose, easy to do checkout, have lots of options in terms of adhesives and hair pieces and payment plans and stuff. That's where I started. But then they started using clothing dye. So I started shopping around. I figured they were getting from China. So I started buying from Chinese companies. I tried about 4 of them. They were all absolutely shit, didn't speak a word of English. And they fucked it up every time. So I had to keep shopping and shopping and shopping at different companies. LordHair was a godsend for years. And then during the COVID crisis, they fucked up a bit. They were desperate. They must have been bringing in new staff members who weren't trained properly, doing it all wrong, and then selling them onto the public anyway. Probably just to survive. But, you know. We'll see how this hairpiece goes in this box. Let's hope it's as good as this one from LordHair. This is part of the rectangle custom. I'd get some more of them, but the last delivery took 7 months. So, my big question is, will this piece be sliceable down the center and still let me have 2 front partials? It's got the fucking Auschwitz tag tattooed right on there. No chance of peeling that one off. Could potentially get some acetone, might melt the plastic. And do I really want to bother? Alcohol certainly won't splash that shit off of there. Hey, I see some color bleed. Look at that. Hardly. Think about this. If alcohol gets in there, which it will, because it's what you do with glue to make these things stick. Imagine the black splotch you'd have right there as that dissolved slowly throughout the week. Dumbasses. What the fuck? I'm yet to find a company in the hair piece industry who does the job properly. Who finds faults and is told, you fucking stupid cunts, what the fuck are you doing? And go, oh yeah, shit. We just thought nobody would notice. I guess we'd better sweep that under a rug and not do it anymore. But they all do. They just go, well, that's all we've always done, so yeah. Oh, sorry, did I just ash on your face? God, I look old. Sleep deprivation, etc. Oh, and your lapse of the sun. Nearly 44. Yeah. Pain does not exist in this dojo, does it? No, sensei! Right? I've got to do Beat Saber more. I actually did a workout this morning. That's fucking amazing for me. I just never fucking get out of that fucking chair. Right there. But think about how much better I'd feel if I was walking down the street like this. Ladies. Instead of doing those. So potentially, it's more important for me to lose weight than to be unbald. Just kidding. No, it is. It's important equally. In equal measure. Anyway. Do I care enough about life? Do you care enough about life? No, I don't, actually. I want to die as soon as possible. When I get motivated enough. The angels and demons will have a tug of war. The angels say, but he was so good as a child. The demons will say, yeah, but things get fucking ugly real quick. He's mine, right? And that's where I'll go. I didn't do anything majorly wrong. Only hatred and feeling like I couldn't resist. My phone filled up, so that's why the video stopped. Can't see where the black dot is. You're about there, right? Anyway, it's my new haircut. You can still see that fade, that shaved area, and then darkness. So I failed a bit. But I really don't like having that all long and wiry, and yet I have to grow it longer to fill it out, otherwise I have to go really short. And really short means shaving my head. Can't go shorter than 1.5 inches up here. Could do a modern cut all the way short around there, because the back never looks good, you know, especially with all that fuzzy shit on the back of my neck and everything. So, but that's not sustainable. It's not a regular kind of everyday kind of haircut for somebody my age. So I'll have to stick around this length, I reckon. Even though I did like having it longer, but it just became really boofy there, and it doesn't work without that being the same length, and that's really frizzy and fucked up there. The last option, of course, is to dye that, get rid of the greys, and keep all that longer, and just style it with a hat for an hour when I need to make it look more polished. Because I don't really think that when you got a haggard face, you should have short hair. But then again, I don't know. I seriously don't know. I'm tired. That's my haircut.